啲人梗係揸呢啲啊嘛。 光哥嘅車，係咩？都唔係好凍嘅。有冇諗住係多過呢個咁嘅人？
唔知啊，我唔係搞過，唔知佢預幾多人。哦。即係預計咩？哦。
唔知啱唔啱你用，自己要揸定嘅。即係唔係呢個？
佔領中環到而家已經5年，呢一場運動亦都已經延續咗111日。正常嘅民主社會入邊已經有大型嘅政制改革，喺正常嘅民主社會入邊，普選、獨立調查委員會呢啲係理所當然嘅事。 到咗今日，香港人仍然無懼政府嘅打壓，選擇企出嚟，選擇行落去，係因為我哋已經知道冇得翻轉頭。過去嘅100幾日入面，政府嘅醜陋已經完全公諸於世。我哋冇可能可以擘大雙眼，繼續接受一個如此腐敗嘅政府。今日熱本嘅香港人，連同24個國家、69個城市舉行集會，目標係要聲援香港嘅抗爭者，亦都係想喚醒更加多嘅人，尤其是今日係想喚醒澳洲嘅人，去面對中國極權嘅擴張，認清佢哋嘅威脅性。
Today, in addition to Hong Kong people, there are representatives from Tibet, Uyghur, Vietnam, Chinese civil society, and Falun Gong. We might have different background with political views, but we all have a common goal, which is to liberate our nation from totalitarianism. October 1st will be the 70th founding anniversary of the People's Republic of China. However, imperialism from the 18th century has still been preserved. China is still essentially a closed, inward-looking society.
仲有2日就係共產黨佔領中國嘅70週年，防火牆嘅另外一邊，亦都真係攞中國嗰啲啊！佢哋繼續慶祝佢哋政權嘅延續。但係防火牆嘅另外一邊，自由嘅我哋，認清事實嘅我哋，知道係冇嘢值得慶祝嘅。1989年6月4號，有好多愛國嘅青年喺天安門廣場俾人冷血屠殺。之前亦都而家繼續有無數嘅西藏人、新疆人俾中共嘅政府屠殺。黨性大於人性嘅中國，永遠都係偉大光明正確嘅。喺佢哋嘅領導人之下，佢哋嘅中國夢永遠都係完美嘅。但係只有我哋呢啲認清事實嘅人知道，呢個夢永遠都只會係一場夢。佢嘅穩定係虛偽嘅，佢哋嘅穩定係用方言同埋人血換翻嚟嘅。
Nations inside the Chinese have been forced to obey. Today, 24 countries with close to 70 cities have shown the will of international consensus against tyranny.
香港加油！Fuck the Communist Party!
Fuck the Communist!
My friend.
Free Hong Kong! 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 Free Hong Kong!
China is not a modern nation state, much less a civic society. It is a large empire, and for centuries, it has always been operating on a principle of centralized power. For this, all its dominions must be forced to administer, assimilate, and follow the party line, lest any difference challenge the central authority.
中國唔係一個現代化嘅共和國，更加唔係一個公民社會。中國係一個龐大嘅帝國，過去幾個世紀一直利用中央集權嚟運作。佢哋唔會容許任何意見聲音，因為喺佢哋嘅世界入面，只有佢哋嘅聲音係正確嘅。
Free Hong Kong!
Free Hong Kong!
Free Hong Kong!
Free Hong Kong! 唔認同佢哋嘅人就係錯嘅人，喺佢哋系統裏邊，我哋永遠都唔會得到民主，永遠都唔會得到自由。
It all goes well under the system if you are part of those who no need to assimilate. But if you have to be born in one of these national identities that are marked different, then all is law. Look at East Turkestan. Look at Tibet. Nation forced to obey or face penalty of death. Even worse, you get to send to one of these re-education camps where dying is better than living. Of course, these camps have not appeared yet in Hong Kong. But the whole of China is the same. If you're different, you're wrong. The same are happening to Taiwan and Hong Kong.中國本身就係一個帝國，佢對世界所有自由嘅民族都構成威脅。我哋見過中共違背咗佢同西藏嘅實質協議，佢哋而家呢一刻亦都喺度違背緊中英聯合聲明。香港人嘅自由越嚟越少，香港人冇晒自由，只係時間嘅問題。以上嘅事實足以證明我哋嘅主權已經唔再喺我哋嘅手上，我哋嘅治權唔再喺我哋嘅手上。人權呢啲嘢喺中國嘅眼中係唔值錢嘅。All people around the world who have deals with China understand this. China, by its nature, is an empire, and it's a threat to all the free people in the world. Already we have seen Beijing betraying the 17-point agreement with Japan. Already we have seen Beijing betraying the promise when they joined the WTO. And already we have seen Beijing betraying the Sino-British Joint Declaration, leaving us Hong Kongers with fewer and fewer freedoms. The above is enough to prove that human rights, such as freedom and political rights, will no longer be guaranteed when sovereignty is being robbed by dictatorship, and democracy will not appear. 已經冇必要再去揣測，林鄭月娥講得非常清楚。喺佢眼中，喺共產黨嘅眼中，香港人係永遠唔會得到高度自治，永遠唔會得到中英聯合聲明賦予我哋嘅高度自治。佢嘅一句可以凌駕所有制度，可以凌駕所有嘅承諾。建國70年，香港主權移交20年嚟，極權用無數嘅大話、無數虛偽嘅承諾嚟做俾我哋香港人嘅治療。雨傘之前，喺呢場運動之前，可能有一定數量嘅人覺得，只要將信心擺喺制度入面，香港嘅軌跡就會向進步發展嘅。但我想講，我哋見到咁多嘅大話，經過呢3個月嚟嘅抗爭，呢個政權憑啲乜嘢要我哋去繼續相信佢哋？ In the past 20th year, Hong Kong has progressed in only one direction, which is backward. Not only we have failed to attain truly democracy, but we also march ever closer closer to dictatorship with Chinese characteristics. And starting from the three worlds that we have are replacing by ideologies from communist China.
一國兩制，我哋發現佢係大話，其實我哋唔需要驚訝。當香港有中英聯合聲明嘅時候，西藏亦都曾經同北京有過17條，佢哋嘅自治不斷咁減少，最後佢哋成為另外一個不可分割嘅統治區。香港遲早都會好似佢哋嗰啲社區咁樣。佢哋唔知攞咗我哋嘅自治權，佢仲要攞咗我哋成為香港人，作為香港人嘅尊嚴。佢哋要利用維穩嘅藉口去消滅我哋嘅文化，佢哋會確保我哋嘅下一代唔會認識我哋現時嘅香港。呢個係不折不扣嘅事實。過去嘅時間，我哋有好多係證據去證明，呢一個係佢哋嘅工作。國民教育而家再推行普教中。721發生一個警察同黑社會恐襲，新屋企傳出嘅消息，呢啲傳媒就會白色恐怖咗我哋自己禁聲。佢要消滅香港人呢個團體係事實，而且面對呢一種嘅壓迫，我哋必須要反抗。
Normally, immigration done right gives whole society immense benefit. But as Hong Kong government don't have the approval right of one-way permit scheme, which allows China to send 150 of their citizens to Hong Kong per day, local community was shattered as rapid influx for the inevitable culture. Moreover, Hong Kong being a financial center, Chinese force administering first year our economy. Chinese capitals was allowed to flood Hong Kong in particular industry. That's our daily life depends on. Think of our infrastructure. Think of our slavery. Think of the media that we read. Sadly, China not only subverts Hong Kong with money and ideology. Our language, the word that shape our thought, are being demonized. By the Chinese order, Hong Kong future generation will have to abandon Cantonese and switch entirely to Mandarin. There are those in the education sector who oppose this, but the arm of Beijing is ever unrelenting.
Whenever somebody says that, okay.
香港冇權指揮嘅250政府長，插入去人性化，將佢曱甴，呢全部都係要洗走我哋香港人嘅身份。
When one can wake up and ask ourselves, why my children and my grandchildren value opinion to think about all else? Where is democracy? Where is freedom? Where is tolerance? Where is the Hong Kong that we knew? Today, Hong Kong is facing national cleansing from the China. And there are those among us who refuse to bow down, who refuse to become a forgotten footnote in history. Trust have faded away in Hong Kong to the government and police ever since the movement. On 21st of July, a group of mass-aimed murderers with murder weapons took out a terrorist attack in Yuen Long, where hundreds and thousands of Hong Kongers were inhabited. Nonsensically, during the entire duration of such a terrorist attack, no police turned up to manage or settle the riots. Further to that, quite ridiculously, constables welcomely engaged and socialized with the criminals. Furthermore, a qualified lawyer who is a pro-Beijing lawmaker even acknowledged the effort of those criminals and described them as heroes. And a month later, on August 31st, police stormed Prince Edward subway station. During the chaos, riot police was filmed by journalists rushing in the subway and assaulting passengers with batons and pepper spray, leaving many passengers cowering and bleeding. Arrested protester claims that they were tortured and sexually abused by the hand of the Hong Kong police during their detention in a facility near the mainland border called Sun Lok. Despite expert and tear gas manufacturers have warned police against using tear gas indoors, they still choose to pull the trigger and turn on metro station. Terrifyingly, they even tried to dehumanize protesters like what the Nazis did before World War II by calling them yellow objects or even cockroaches. The Hong Kong police and government is proven not to serve, protect, and stand on side with fellow harmless Hong Kongers who only demand their fundamental freedoms. Fight for freedom! Fight for democracy! Liberate Hong Kong! The vision of our time! Say no to China, say! Glory to Hong Kong! No China influence in Australia! Free Hong Kong! 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 嚟緊我哋會邀請唔同團體嘅人去幫我哋。嚟緊我哋會邀請唔同團體嘅人同我哋講話，當中包括維吾爾代表、圖博代表同埋民運嘅代表，天安門時代。
Alim Osman, the leader of the wengui community. Yes, it's a wengui. Alim Osman.
Sure. 我现在看不下去了。Come down, yes.
Hello everybody. First of all, we acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we are protesting. We pay our respects to the elders, past and present, and the Aboriginal elders of other communities who may be here today. Hello everyone, my name is Alim Osman from Wengui community in Victoria. Thank you all very much for coming here today to support us Hong Kongers, Tibetans, Taiwanese, Uyghurs and mainland people of China.
首先，我哋要知道，我哋呢度集會嘅地方嘅原來嘅主人，我哋尊敬嘅長者，同埋原住民族嘅社區嘅長者們。各位，我叫 Alim Osman， 係嚟自維吾爾人嘅社區。好多謝大家嚟到呢度支持我哋香港人、吐蕃人、台灣人、維吾爾人同埋中國人。
The day after tomorrow, Tuesday, the 1st of October, we will celebrate the 70 years anniversary of Chinese Communist regime's establishment for good. Before that so-called celebration, let's do some reality check from the facts of the history. The Chinese Communist regime established in 1949. By 1950, under the Chinese Communist Party's land reform policy, people of China been classified by land ownership and been turned against each other. As a result, more than 4.5 million people died.
後日星期2 10月1號係慶祝中國共產政權成立70週年。大家喺慶祝佢之前，等我哋再睇下佢嘅真實歷史。 中國共產黨政權1949年成立，喺1950年中共進行土改，地主平民互相攻擊，人民鬥人民，造成450萬人嘅喪生。
In 1958, Chinese Communist Party started its Great Leap Forward policy. The policies enacted during the campaign, coupled with the use of coercion and violence, resulted in the Great Chinese Famine and led to the deaths of more than 45 million Chinese people. In 1966, the Chinese Communist Party started the Cultural Revolution. The movement paralyzed China politically and significantly affected the country economically and socially. As a result, almost 2 million Chinese people died. 1989, in Tiananmen Square, under the order of Chinese Communist Party, the Chinese People's Liberation Army killed more than 10,000 innocent students, asking for freedom and democracy for people of China.
1958年，中共進行大躍進嘅政策，暴力壓迫，造成嘅大饑荒，亦都造成咗4500萬人嘅死亡。1966年，中共發動文化大革命，運動癱瘓成個中國，社會同經濟停頓，接近200萬人死亡。1989年，天安門6四屠殺，中國人民解放軍喺中共嘅指示之下屠殺過萬名爭取民主自由嘅無辜學生。
Since 1999, the Chinese Communist regime tortured more than 3,000 Falun Gong practitioners to death and arbitrarily imprisoned more than 1 million Falun Gong members, and they are subjected to forced labor and organ harvesting. Since 1950s, more than 200 Tibetan monks burned themselves to death to protest against Chinese Communist Party's repression policy in Tibet. Since 2015, Chinese Communist regime put more than 4.5 million Uyghurs and other Turkic people into Nazi-style concentration camps and forcefully separated their children into Chinese Communist Party-style brainwashing orphanages to erase their identity and their beliefs. Never again happen again in 21st century.
喺1999年開始，中共政權虐待超過3000名法輪功嘅學員，令到佢哋死亡。囚禁過百名嘅法輪功嘅學員，佢哋被強迫勞動，甚至被活摘器官。2015年，中共囚禁超過450萬維吾爾人同埋突厥人喺納粹式嘅集中營裏邊，強行將佢哋嘅仔女拉走，令佢哋成為孤兒，接受中共式嘅洗腦，要清洗佢哋嘅民族身份同埋信仰。
So never again happen again in 21st century. According to accountable witnesses, they are subject to sleep and food deprivation, sterilization, torture, forced labor and organ harvesting. At the same time, the Chinese Communist regime labeled all those more than 4.5 million detainees as potential terrorists. It's clear that for Chinese Communist Party, the terrorism only applies to their victims, but never for themselves, as state-sponsored terrorist organization.
我哋根據好多證人嘅證詞，喺集中營裏邊，我哋嗰啲被囚禁嘅維吾爾人唔准瞓、唔准食、絕育、酷刑虐待、強迫勞動、器官被活摘。同時，中共仲將呢一班被囚禁嘅維吾爾人、突厥人標籤為潛在嘅恐怖分子。但係好明顯，喺對中共政府嚟講，恐怖主義只會用喺佢哋加害嘅人，絕對唔會話自己先係國家資助嘅恐怖組織。
Now, it's almost 4 months that people of Hong Kong, students, teachers, lawyers, shopkeepers, public servants, ordinary moms and dads with their kids on their shoulders, protesting on the streets of Hong Kong. They all want one thing and one thing only, that's freedom. Freedom to choose. But the chairman for life in Beijing, please note that I refuse to use the title president for the leader of Chinese Communist Party in China, because he is not democratically elected by people of China. He is only elected by the 7 men at the top of the party out of 1.4 billion Chinese people. So the chairman in Beijing saying that people of Hong Kong don't get to choose. The Chinese Communist Party will choose Hong Kong people's destiny for them. As a result, the Chinese Communist Party are labeling the protesters riots, and the protesters are terrorists, and dehumanizing them as cockroaches. In fact, there is no right, but only tyranny.
到依家已經接近4個月，香港人裏邊，學生、老師、律師、商人、公務員、普通嘅百姓、爸爸媽媽帶住佢哋嘅仔女走上街頭，你哋只求一樣嘢，只係一樣嘢，就係自由，可以有自由去選擇。但係嗰位終身主席喺北京就話，香港人係冇得揀，只有中國共產黨先可以決定香港人嘅命運。就好似以前咁，中共會將所有抗爭打成暴動，將示威者講成恐怖分子，將佢哋貶低成曱甴。事實上係沒有暴徒，只有暴政；沒有暴徒，只有暴政；沒有暴徒，只有暴政；沒有暴徒，只有暴政。
There is no right, but only tyranny. We all from different communities, we have different backgrounds and different names, but we all come here today because we all have one thing in common. That's why we are all here standing together with people of Hong Kong, because Hong Kongers fighting our war at front line for freedom and democracy against the tyranny. As freedom-loving Australians, it's our duty to support people of Hong Kong to fight for freedom and democracy. Being silent is a green light for rise of tyranny.
我哋都係嚟自唔同嘅族群，我哋有唔同嘅背景、唔同嘅名，但我哋今日一齊嚟到呢度，因為我哋都有一樣嘢係相同。呢個就係點解我哋要同香港人企埋一齊，因為香港人正係為我哋打緊一場爭取民主自由嘅戰爭，對抗暴政，崇尚自由嘅澳洲人，呢個係我哋嘅責任去支持香港人爭取民主自由。沉默就等於開綠燈俾呢度暴政嘅興起。
Let's start from our backyard. Say no to Confucius institutes in our schools and universities. Say no to Chinese Communist Party propaganda at our local councils. Clean up the Chinese Communist Party influence in our political parties. Say no to people who are using freedom of speech as a tool against freedom of speech, and democracy as a tool against the democracy. Freedom for Hong Kong. Freedom for Hong Kong. Freedom for Hong Kong. Freedom for Hong Kong. Freedom for Uyghurs. Freedom for Uyghurs. Freedom for Uyghurs. Freedom for Uyghurs. Close the camps. Close the camps. Close the camps. Close the camps. Thank you very much.
由而家喺我哋嘅後院開始，向學校、向大學嘅孔子學堂說不，向我哋嘅社區議會宣傳嘅中共說不，清除中共喺我哋政黨嘅滲透。對於利用我哋嘅言論自由、民主作為工具破壞言論自由同民主嘅人說不。多謝各位。Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong! Free Uyghur! Free Uyghur! Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong! Free Uyghur! 一齊。
Freedom for East Turkestan!
Freedom for East Turkestan!
Freedom for Uyghur!
Freedom for Uyghur!
Freedom for Hong Kong!
Freedom for Hong Kong!
Freedom for Hong Kong!
Freedom for Hong Kong!
What do we want? Freedom! When do we want it? Now! What do we want?
Freedom!
When do we want it?
Now!
Xi Jinping terrorist!
Xi Jinping terrorist!
Xi Jinping terrorist!
Xi Jinping terrorist!
Freedom for Hong Kong!
Freedom for Hong Kong!
Freedom for Hong Kong!
Freedom for Hong Kong!
Freedom for Uyghur!
Freedom for Uyghur!
Freedom for Uyghur!
Freedom for Uyghur!
What do we want?
Freedom!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Freedom!
When do we want it?
Now!
Everyone now is Tibetans, the leaders.
Hello everyone. Hello Hong Kongers. Hi, my name is Tenzin Kangsa. I'm the former president of Tibetan community of Victoria. Today, too many people have gathered here. We have purpose to get together here. There's only one reason we all are here. Do you know what it is? Freedom! So we all love freedom. Please tell me who don't want freedom? Even in China, Chinese people have freedom. Unfortunately, under the communist regime, everyone was suppressed. So therefore, even now the Chinese communist regime, their tentacles are spreading everywhere, even in Australia. So therefore, we are here to tell the Chinese that, we are not going to back off. We're not going to give up until the freedom is restored in Tibet, until the freedom is restored in East Turkestan, until the freedom is restored in Hong Kong. Free Tibet, thank you. And the Hong Kong people do not want to be the Tibet. Hong Kong people know the consequences if the China come into Hong Kong, and if the communist China come into Hong Kong, and it might turn into Tibet. Do you know why the Tibet was a freedom country for over 2,000 years, ever since the communist China came into Tibet, occupied illegally and forcefully occupied Tibet and East Turkestan. There was only the repression, only the consequences was only repression, killed over millions of Tibetans and Uyghurs. In the last 60 years, there's no human rights, there's no basic human rights, there's no freedom of speech, there's no freedom of movement in Tibet and Uyghur. And we know that in Uyghur, today millions of Uyghurs are in concentration camps, and Tibetans are desperate to seek for our freedom. And Tibetans, every time we protest peacefully, they will be arrested and put Tibetans into a prison and tortured, even disappeared. And so there's thousands of Tibetans been killed ever since the Tibet was occupied. Tibetans rose up in 1959, in 1987, in 2008, and all those protests, the Tibetans were killed mercilessly. Thousands of Tibetans were killed. And since 2009, 153 Tibetans have burned themselves alive. They know the consequences. Even they protest on the street, they will be killed, they will be died. So why not they die with their own dignity? The Tibetans were burning themselves alive. 153 Tibetans have burned themselves alive. The self-immolation. That 153 Tibetans have not even, single Tibetans have harmed the Chinese. They have not even destroyed the Chinese property. It clearly shows that our intention was peaceful. However, the Chinese are, they never sat with the Tibetans, and they never tried to dialogue with the Tibetans and to restore the freedom. So the Hong Kong people know that they do not want to be next to Tibet. So therefore they are the Hong Kong, I salute to the Hong Kong people that, even though now it's been 3 months, the Hong Kong people are on the street from every walk of life, like protesting the Tyranny
government. They are resistance with the any kind of repression in Hong Kong. So Hong Kong, I salute to the younger generation of Hong Kong. That Hong Kong people have shown the courageous and heroic to the people of the world. That the people's power, the democracy is the ultimate. Therefore, please shout after me: the freedom for Hong Kong! Freedom for Hong Kong! Freedom for Hong Kong! Freedom for Tibet! Freedom for Tibet! Freedom for Tibet! Freedom for Uyghur! Freedom for Uyghur! Shame, shame, Communist China! Shame, shame, Communist China! Shame, shame, Communist China! Stop killing Xi Jinping! Stop killing Xi Jinping!
Stop killing Xi Jinping!
Stop killing Xi Jinping!
Stop killing Xi Jinping!
We will never give up!
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 Thank you so much for gathering all so many people today. That your gathering will not go in vain. It not go wasted. So if you continue to protest, if you continue to fight for freedom, the day will, the dawn will definitely come. The freedom will definitely come to Hong Kong and Tibet and Xinjiang. So therefore, we will not gonna give up, and we will continue to fight, no matter how long it will take. And it's been like 60 years for Tibetan, and it's been 70 years for the Uyghur, and the Hong Kong is started, but please don't give up and continue to fight until the Carrie Lam government will be back down. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ron Jie. I am from the mainland of China. Today, I come here on behalf of some group of the Chinese community in Melbourne with the background of the mainland of China to express our opinions, our demands on the Hong Kong democratic movement. The Hong Kong democratic movement has already lasted for more than 3 months. We are here today again to support Hong Kong people. We will stay here again to support the Hong Kong people. We will always to stay here to support Hong Kong people. Never stop until the Hong Kong people get a freedom. The Hong Kong people, they are struggling for their rights, their human rights, for the general election for their own government and their member of parliament. These human rights, these rights are the basic rights of the people, of all the people in the mainland of China. The Hong Kong people not only fighting for themselves, they're fighting for all the people in China. Thank you, Hong Kong brothers and sisters. Thank you very much. And today here, I want to tell you some real story in the Chinese history. In 1947, the Republic of China already practiced the general free election in China. Do you understand? Do you know this history?
Right.
And at that time, China was the biggest country, the biggest democratic country in the world. Please, you can refer to Wiki's book. You can see this story. But of course, many Chinese people, they remember this one. China even was a democratic country. But unfortunately, in 1949, the Chinese Communist Party, under the support of the Communist Soviet Union, to turn down the democratic system in China, we, our people, the Chinese people, just escaped and defeat the Republic of China. And the Republic of China, the real democratic country, have to move to Taiwan till today. But I believe the Chinese people, they will realize their freedom. They want a democracy. They are struggling for the democracy too. And in future, I am confident the Republic of China, now in Taiwan, should come back to the mainland of China and cover all the land of China. And now, the Hong Kong democratic movement is not only the one part of the democratic movement of China, it's even the front part of the democratic movement of China. We have to support the Chinese, or we have to support the Hong Kong democratic movement. We should support the Hong Kong democratic movement. This is to support ourselves. Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong! Free China! Free China! Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong! Free China! Free China! 各位朋友, now I speak in Chinese. Now I want to more my Chinese people to see my to listen to my message, hear my message. Okay. 香港民主运动持续了3个多月。今天我和我的朋友又站到这里来，代表墨本的华人社区的一部分人，来表达我们对香港民主运动的态度和观点。香港人民目前在香港为他们的凸显的权利在做不屈不挠的抗争。他们追求的权利就是民主普选，也就是说投票选择政府的权利。这个权利也正是我们中国大陆人民现在被剥夺的，也应该有的。所以香港的民主运动，香港的同胞们，他们目前在斗争，在抗争，不是为了他们自己，而是为了我们中国人，所有的中国人。谢谢香港的兄弟姐妹们 ，Thank you Hong Kong people, Thank you Hong Kong brothers. 香港人加油！香港人加油！香港人加油！各位华人同胞，很多人，特别是大陆来的，你们可能对我们的中国历史并没有真正的完全的了解。我们的中国曾经是世界上最大的民主国家。1947年，中华民国在大陆实行了总统、国会代表、立法会议员的全国的民主普选，让我们中国成为当时拥有4.3亿人口的世界上最大的民主国家。 朋友们，民主和自由曾经来到我们中华的大地，但是我们的中华民族非常不幸，在1949年，中国共产党在苏俄国际共产革命的支持下，颠覆了我们一个真正的民主共和的国家中华民国，消灭了我们中国人民自己建立起来的民主自由的制度，建立了共产独裁制度，奴役中国人民70年。在这70年当中，中共政权、中国共产党害死了将近8000万的，超过8000万的中国人。In the past 70 years, the communist regime, the People's Republic of China, they killed over 80 million Chinese people. Same communists, same communists. 今天，我们香港人民，他们所表现出来的英勇无畏的精神，正是我们当年辛亥革命的中华先辈们的英勇无畏、追求民主的精神。The spirit of the Hong Kong people is the real spirit of the Chinese people, just like the generation of the Xinhai Revolution. They established the first republic nation in Asia, the Republic of China. 他们的精神，也就是我们中华民族先辈们的英勇无畏的精神。是我们中华民族真正的精神的传承者。我们中华民族在1912年建立了亚洲第一个民主共和国——中华民国。这个国家才是真正的民主共和的国家。今天，在中国共产党在大张旗鼓的要为他过去70年的暴政歌功颂德的时候，今天我在这里，我代表一部分的中国人，郑重的做出如下的宣言和声明。中华人民共和国是外来的共产专制政权，不是中国，也没有资格代表中国。Today, in the big celebration of the communist regime, I, on behalf of some groups of Chinese people, have made a serious declaration here today. The People's Republic of China is not China, cannot stand for China. It is the communist regime, dictatorship regime. In the world, only one China. This is the people, it's not the people of the Republic of China. In the world, one China is Republic of China. 世界上只有一个中国，这个中国不是中华人民共和国，这个中国是中华民国。我们的主张是驱除 抗外来政权，三民主义，统一中国。谢谢各位 ，Thank you everyone， Thank you。
我哋今日有個特別嘉賓，佢係喺香港嚟，佢就係。
Sorry, actually I'm from both Pyongyang and Hong Kong. 안녕하세요. Hey, Xi Jinping is a good friend of mine, but fuck this guy. So let's say, fuck Xi Jinping! Fuck Xi Jinping! Fuck Xi Jinping! Now, you guys and girls are so lucky to be in Australia. Because I guarantee you, if you did this in China, or in my country, North Korea, all you motherfuckers would be in a concentration camp. So thank you. Isn't Australia great, huh? Thank you. So thank you to Australia for letting us, North Koreans, the Uyghurs, the Tibetans, and all the migrants who's fleeing persecution from, from dictatorships to live here, because that's what makes Australia great. Now, that's right, free to refugees. I mean, Australia does have its own concentration camps. But hey, North Korea is the best. We've got the best concentration camps. Just let you know that. Just let me say, I stand with the Uyghurs right here. I'm sorry, but Allah might be God, but in North Korea, I'm God. Just let you know that. Anyway, it's so lucky to be here in Melbourne, Australia, saying fuck the Communist Party and fuck Carrie Lam and fuck Xi Jinping. This is something the Chinese people in China that cannot get to do. So let me speak to those Chinese people who live in China who think these are separatists and whatever. No. These people love China. They just don't love the party. That's two different things, okay? Now, how many people are actually from Hong Kong? Raise your hands. I'm actually just hoping for the day when 100,000 people will go down to Government House in Hong Kong and maybe lynch this bitch called Gary Lam, and maybe we can get back to normal, huh? What do you say? Hey, don't. And for the people who think that it's too big extreme, just remember, I'm Kim Jong, okay? Now, I'm also looking for a third and fourth wife, so if any ladies here want to volunteer, I'm here in Melbourne looking for a couple of wives to take back to North Korea and a few Australian politicians to buy, because I know Australia has bought a lot of politicians. Our Chinese government actually bought a lot of politicians on both the Liberal side and the Labour side. So if there's any politicians here, you need some money, let us talk, okay? All right. Anyway, thank you very much. See you later. Fuck Xi Jinping! Fuck Xi Jinping! Fuck Xi Jinping! And fuck the CCP! Hey, and I know I'm a communist, so thank you.
The CCP totalitarianism carries out culture cleansing in the territory of China. And they create concentration camps to imprison millions of Muslims. They repress religious freedom, split the church, and demolish the mosque, and they fold Buddha statue. In the face of evil totalitarianism, Uyghur, Tibet, Taiwanese, Chinese supporter of democracy and Hong Kong people and Islam, we are all communities of the same destiny. We must unite and stand our voice to the world.
中國極權一直喺度進行緊文化清洗，佢哋製造咗集中營去監禁數以百萬計嘅回教徒，佢哋壓制宗教自由，佢哋清拆清真寺同埋清拆佛像，因為喺佢哋嘅眼中，黨係大過任何嘅神明、任何嘅宗教，只有佢哋係正確嘅。面對呢個邪惡嘅極權，維吾爾人、曹國人、台灣人、中國裏面支持民主嘅人士同埋香港人，我哋全部都係命運共同體，我哋要團結。今日我哋企出嚟，就係要向世界發出我哋反對極權嘅聲音。而家我哋一齊唱 Do You Hear the People Sing？ Do you hear the people sing? Sing the song of angry men. This is the music of the people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a light about the sun when tomorrow comes. Let joy on the same will be strong and stand with me. Beyond the barricades that all you long to see. Then join the fight that will give you the right to be free. You hear the people sing, singing the song of angry men. This is the music of the people who have been slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a light about the sun tomorrow comes.
佢投咗2次話唔水嘅，我屌佢打成1000字，真係屌佢。跟住我心諗要等10分鐘啊，正常我心諗唔咪講翻，嗰陣即係睇埋唔好意思，叫佢話乜鬼，下次講咩最好個電話更新下。
Okay, so we have talked about what's happened in Hong Kong, China. Let's talk about some local stuff. Okay, so several months back, I believe most of you already know, while Hong Kong students were demonstrating peacefully in Queensland, they were assaulted and insulted by Chinese students from University of Queensland. More horrifyingly, some students involved in the demonstration received death threats. Regarding such a serious offense, which can be described as crime, UQ, University of Queensland, shows zero tolerance. However, ironically, the Chinese embassy have publicly given acknowledgement as well as appreciation to such an unacceptable savage behavior. Moreover, in Melbourne, Liberal MP Gladys Liu did not disclose her membership of organization linked to Chinese government foreign interference operation when she ran for pre-election for the federal seat which she now holds. Countries and nations around the world would need to understand how Chinese expansion is affecting the world, and they should act accordingly.
中共嘅極權亦都不斷咁樣滲透世界上唔同嘅國家。對澳洲嚟講，我哋一班香港嘅學生去昆士蘭大學製作連儂牆嘅時候，竟然俾一啲中國學生襲擊。原來喺中國特色嘅言論自由入邊，係連一張告示貼嘅空間都冇嘅。全球嚟講，華文嘅媒體同埋社交媒體都被中共操控。喺澳洲嚟講，釣魚饵冇申報到自己同埋中共嘅利益，冇申報到佢哋嘅關係。喺好多層面上面，中共嘅無聲入侵已經嚟到澳洲啦。而家有請頭先報咗名嘅集會人士分享。我想問係咪有位朋友叫 Jason 頭先講？可唔可以攞一攞？
我哋先請有一位代表香港有一個叫 Nathan 嘅HSBC 嘅員工，咁佢哋最近咧喺香港支持我哋嗰啲我哋嘅民主運動，而俾 HSBC 解僱嘅，咁佢而家係有啲嘢同我哋分享嘅。
Hello, I'm from Socialist Action and Campaign to Stop Repression in Hong Kong. I'm here in solidarity with all those fighting repression there. I want to tell the case of our Hong Kong member, Nathan Leng. He is a worker at HSBC, and HSBC is one of the top 5 of the biggest banks in the world, and their biggest shareholder is a state-owned company with close links to the CCP dictatorship. Nathan was sacked on the September the 5th. Sacked on the September 5th after participating in the general strike against the government and for organising a banking workers' unions to support the protest movement. Nathan's firing and the firing of other workers, including airline workers and journalists, is a huge attack on democratic rights by corporations in Hong Kong. These businesses in Hong Kong are working alongside the CCP to attack workers who participate in the protests, strikes, or even just show support for the movement on social media. What happens to Nathan and other workers shows we cannot rely on big businesses or governments for support, many of whom support the CCP and work with them, including the government in Australia. At the same time, there is a lot of support for the democracy struggle in Hong Kong from ordinary people here and many other countries as well. It's important that we get as much support as possible in the fight for democracy in Hong Kong, and we shouldn't forget the biggest fear of the CCP dictatorship is that the Hong Kong movement can spread to mainland China. Ordinary people in the mainland face repression every day, and they also need democracy and political freedom. Our movement will be stronger when we show people in the mainland that the Hong Kong struggle is a struggle that will help them too. So please join us in saying a few slogans for Nathan and also for all workers who've been attacked by the companies in Hong Kong and unfairly dismissed. I just want to thank everyone and to keep up the good work. And some of the slogans I can ask people is to say, shame on HSBC and stop big business terror. Shame on HSBC. Shame on HSBC. Shame on HSBC. Shame on HSBC. Stop big business terror. Stop big business terror. Stop big business terror. Stop big business terror. Thank you, everyone, and keep up the good work.
Thank you. Bravo, bravo.
叫 Jason， 係一個普通嘅香港人嚟嘅啫。當代嘅香港人，我哋對香港嘅前路其實係從來都冇選擇權嘅。中英聯合聲明開始，去到基本法嘅內容，去到回歸嘅時間啊，行政長官嘅選擇，全部都冇人問過我。唔知有冇人問過你哋啦？冇，係啦。所以我哋對香港嘅前路，以前一路都係冇得選擇。去到立法會選舉，我哋諗住係有得揀啦，有一部分嘅民主嘅自由，但係佢哋政權附設咗功能組別，基本上佢哋政權要過嘅法案，一啲對香港人本身利益係冇任何利益嘅法案，佢哋要過，係始終都會過到嘅。甚至近年出現議員。大家睇到啦，就係咁樣噶啦喺度。You can see this is how they do. This is what they do for the opposite opinions. 頭先講到立法會，係咁我哋近年有一部分嘅立法會議員係出現被取消資格嘅事件。佢哋係講緊有10萬票，接近10萬票嘅議員，係幫緊接近10萬香港人發聲嘅議員，喺政府毫無法律依據之下就被取消資格。直到2019年夏天3個幾月前，香港終於由年輕人殺出一條血路，佢哋用血、用汗、用青春、用未來嚟換取香港人應該有嘅公義、人權同埋法治。而家佢哋開始漸漸做到一啲成績啦，但令人悲痛嘅係，接近2000人被捕，當中有部分人被虐待、被強姦，呢啲荒謬絕倫、慘絕人寰嘅事嘅慘事不斷發生，亦有人將要面臨10年嘅監禁。我哋身處澳洲，免於共產黨蹂躪嘅香港人，究竟應該如何自處？我覺得出席得今日嘅場合嘅應該都係志同道合，係想為香港做啲事嘅人。我希望大家可以盡一分力，走出自己嘅 comfort zone， 去支援香港嘅義士，支援呢個運動。短期嚟講，我哋有3點係可以做嘅。第一點就係喺網絡嘅平台上邊，例如 Twitter、Facebook、IG， 有好多顛倒是非黑白嘅言論，係由中國政府去派啲5毛啊，去出嚟去洗版，去諗住去磨滅嗰個事實。咁我哋可以去 report 或者去 comment 翻，講翻個事實出嚟，等大家一部分嘅人係唔好受到影響，唔好俾佢哋誤導。第二，如果大家經濟許可嘅話，可以捐錢幫助被捕嘅人士，因為而家講緊保釋係喐下都係5000蚊，甚至1萬蚊。如果要打官司，更加係天文數字。多數被捕者係唔會有呢個金錢去應付呢啲法制上邊嘅程序。我自己捐咗星火嘅，咁就唔會再捐俾212㗎啦，612㗎啦，唔好意思，612。因為612一嚟佢已經夠錢啦，有8000幾萬喺手。近來佢亦都有好多醜聞，佢啲錢係好少量咁俾義士去用，有好多佢攞咗嚟去 去租音響啊，攞嚟做遊行，所以我捐俾星火。第三，我哋要密切關注新屋嶺嘅受害者，同埋要緊記新屋嶺只係一個地方。日前林鄭話會停止送啲被捕嘅示威者去新屋嶺，其實係廢話。因為咁樣唔代表發生喺新屋嶺嘅事唔可以發生喺其他地方，佢大可以將旺角警署變成另一個新屋嶺。新屋嶺就係而家香港嘅集中營，我哋係唔可以容忍香港會出現集中營，唔可以容忍政權去虐待、強姦任何香港嘅公民。長遠嚟講，最重要我哋係團結外地嘅香港人，即係我哋自己。我覺得可以由墨爾本做起，大家可以正式組織一個香港人嘅社區。呢個社區呢個組織主要係關注香港嘅民主、自由、法治、公義嘅發展係咪符合公義、人權等等。我哋可以定期聚會，增加聯繫。萬一香港有乜嘢需要幫忙，我哋即刻可以動員去出錢出力。如果各位願意參與或者有任何意見嘅，可以 email 聯絡我。我個 email 係 hkgernmel@gmail.com， 個意思就係 Hong Kongers in Melbourne。Melbourne 係 MEL 簡寫，大家可以一齊商量有乜嘢可以做。多謝大家，驅除共黨，光復香港，驅除共黨，光復香港，驅除共黨，光復香港。And I would like to speak in English for a short time. First of all, I would like to extend my gratitude to the Australia for letting us to express our opinion in public on your land. And salute to the police help and work today for us. Thank you all, the Australian police. Hong Kong police is in no comparison with you guys. Secondly, thanks to the international media in the past 3 to 4 months, the truth of Hong Kong demonstration has been widely seen all over the world. Thus, Hong Kong civilians have gained support from global civilians.
That's not true.
However, the Hong Kong Tyranny government and the Hong Kong police's abuse of force has become severe and severe. Yet, Hong Kong civilians have never stopped fighting for justice, human rights and freedom, not until we really get them. To the arrested demonstrators, their safety and human rights are our biggest concern. A place called Sun Oak Lang Holding Center, which is located at a remote area that is just hundreds of meters away from the China border, is simply the concentration camp in Hong Kong now. Arrested demonstrators have been tortured, raped, and even killed inside. Lawmakers and even the Justice of the Peace were refused to see the demonstrators inside. With the abnormally uprising suspected suicide cases recently found in Hong Kong every day, I believe a part of them is the victims from Sun Oak Land. While the Hong Kong Tyranny government just announced that they would stop sending arrested demonstrators to Sun Oak Land, we have to understand that location doesn't matter at all. A tyranny, a thuggish regime, a totalitarian can always turn anywhere else into another Sun Oak Land. Therefore, today in here, I strongly urge the Australia and the civilized world to dig into the truth of Sun Oak Land and other potential concentration camps in Hong Kong. We need your help. The victims need your help. The deceased people need your help. Thank you.
So now we know where all the Australians are.
港人，香港人，香港人。Hello, my name is Jason. I'm not actually from Hong Kong. I'm from Malaysia. Yeah, but I am here 100% behind the struggle that you guys are mounting here. I have some thoughts that I'd like to share with you today about the struggle that's going on in Hong Kong that we are supporting right now. The first thing I'd like to point out is that the reason we're fighting for democracy and freedom in Hong Kong is so that we have the ability to live as we choose, to practice the religions that we want, to live with in a multicultural society where everyone is welcome. There should not be a place for racism in this movement, right? And I'm referring to a particular group over here that you might want to look out for. But all right, I've got some things to share. The first thing is that I am a communist. Okay, and I'm going to explain why I mention this point. Communism is supposed to be about equality and letting everyone live as having a democratically run society. Okay, if the Chinese Communist Party was communist, why is it oppressing all these other countries? If the Chinese Communist Party is communist, why is it allowing inequality to grow so big in China and in Hong Kong? If the Chinese Communist Party is communist, why does Jack Ma have a membership in the party? The Chinese Communist Party is a fraud. It's not communist at all, and we shouldn't even consider it as such. The next thing I want to point out is that the next step for this movement, I think, because it's already taken in 1/7 of the entire Hong Kong population, which is massive. It's a massive struggle, but it needs to grow, and it needs to continue disrupting society in Hong Kong if it wants to take down Carrie Lam and her puppet government, right, from office. I think that the next step should be that we focus on working class issues. Here's why. Just now we've had a bunch of speakers mention that there is struggle taking place in China, and it is not an old thing. We're not talking about the 80s, we're not talking about the 40s. In the past 10 years, the rate of strike action in factories in China has increased substantially. We're talking about factories in Foshan, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, places that are manufacturing the world's goods, some of the biggest factories in the world, taking strike action for pay and conditions. There are youngsters who are in the communist youth from Peking University who have come down to Guangzhou to help these workers organize against the Chinese government, and they have been arrested. Okay? You are not fighting this struggle alone. So, the next time that someone tells you that someone is trying to flood Hong Kong with migrants, that's not what's going on. Those people coming over to Hong Kong, they're just looking for work. They're trying to survive. Your enemy is the Chinese government, and your enemy are the false friends that you might find in the West as well. Here in Australia, I'm involved in activism a lot, and just now my friend over there mentioned that Australia plays host to detention centers for refugees, people who, like one of the speakers just now said, are fleeing persecution in their home countries, who come here to seek protection, are being locked up by the Australian government. Last month, when Denise Ho came down to speak, there was a Hong Kong activist who came, who was fleeing Hong Kong looking for protection here, and she was turned away by the by the border force here. We do not, and we should not, rely on the West to rescue us. The only reason that any country in the world has democratic rights is because the people have fought for it.
Australia stands with America.
Right? So
we have to fight wars together.
That's right. Okay. So that's why I brought this placard here. It says, forgive me, I can't read this in Cantonese. My Cantonese is terrible. 香港大陆人民团结，争取自由、正义、民主、平等。What we want is a democratic society for everyone in China, every community, the Tibetans, the Uyghurs, the East Turkmenistans, and all the other ethnic groups that call the territory now known as China home. Every one of those groups is going to have to struggle together to take down the inequality that is present in Chinese society. We're going to get our democracy by fighting for it, and when we're done with that, we're going to redistribute the wealth. We're going to make sure that people in Hong Kong and people in China and in any city over there don't have to live in shoeboxes anymore, that they'll have a decent wage, so that democracy means something to them, so that they'll have time to come out and learn about these issues and make sure that China will never fall into dictatorship again. It's the same struggle that is true for every society on this planet. So I'd like to express my solidarity with what we're doing here today. I'm 100% behind you guys, and I'd like you to know that up in Melbou Uni, where I study, there are Chinese students who have privately come to me and say they support you. They just don't have the opportunity to tell everyone. But as long as we continue to protest here, organize forums and talks here, they will be able to come out and tell you guys that they support you, and you will be able to organize with them. Keep fighting, never stop. Five demands! Five demands! Thank you very much, and may the struggle continue until Hong Kong is free.
The Hong Kong Human Rights and Democracy Act of 2019 was passed by the U.S. Senate Foreign Relations Committee and the House Foreign Affairs Committee. It is expected to pass by the U.S. Congress and become a law as early as mid-October. The legislation will include several new measures to advance human rights and democracy in Hong Kong. It will impose sanctions on persons who have violated internationally recognized human rights in Hong Kong and who harm the Sino-British Joint Declaration and the Basic Law. This legislation is also being expanded to apply sanctions on direct families members of those who are doing harms to Hong Kong human rights and democracy.
What about the Australians?
美國參眾兩院外交事務委員會即將通過香港人權及民主法案。議案最快可以喺10月中喺美國通過，成為真正嘅法律。新增嘅制裁條款包括濫捕酷刑、任何違反中英聯合聲明及基本法及違反國際人權標準行為嘅人士，而制裁對象將會擴闊到去佢哋嘅直屬家屬。
So, what can we do here in Australia? As a matter of fact, the Australian Parliament introduced the International Human Rights and Corruption Bill in 2018. Although the bill leaves with the previous Parliament, Australian Hong Kong Link has been advocating for the sanction legislation in Australia since early August. We are urging federal parliaments to consider a similar piece of legislation as the United States had done to protect Hong Kongers, and to impose sanctions to Hong Kong and Chinese government officials who are violating human rights, to restrict their travel visa to Australia and impose their assets and freeze them.
我哋喺澳洲呢一度又可以有咩？我哋喺澳洲呢度又有乜嘢可以做呢？其實澳洲亦都曾經審議過一份叫做 International Human Rights and Corruption Bill 嘅法案。澳港聯早喺8月中開始已經推動澳洲版嘅制裁法案，促請聯邦議會裏面嘅議員再度提案通過人權制裁法案，將中國同埋香港嘅人權犯以及佢哋嘅家屬驅離同埋禁止進入澳洲境內，凍結佢哋喺澳洲境內嘅財產。我哋仍然喺網上面搞緊聯署，綠黨領袖會喺10月嘅時候將我哋嘅請願信交去參議會。我希望大家積極簽名，而且希望各位各自提交請願信佢哋當區嘅聯邦議員。
We are organizing a petition to the senator, and we have collected over 8,000 signatures online and 2,000 physical signatures. We will pass the petition to Green's leader, and hopefully it will be on the table in mid-October. We urge you all to sign this petition, and we hope each of you would contact your local MP to ask them to support such legislation in the Parliament. We have uploaded a template on our Facebook page, Australian Hong Kong link. Or if you don't have Facebook, you can come towards your front at the end of this rally to scan a QR code, which will refer you to the petition. In addition to that, Australia's free trade agreement with Hong Kong is being considered by Australian Parliament. Hong Kong is experiencing humanitarian crisis. The Hong Kong government and police are treating Hong Kong people with extreme violence, and they're abusing their powers, seriously violating internationally recognized human rights. We believe that it's not the right time to implement the free trade agreement if the Hong Kong government does not respect and follow its own law. It does not have any credibility in upholding international treaties. We encourage each of you to write to your MP to express your concern. We have already uploaded the template on Facebook, or as I said just now, at the end of the rally, just come forward to scan the QR code.
You don't even know. Hong Kong was ruled by British rule.
澳洲嘅香港人，我哋雖然離開香港好遠，但唔代表我哋冇嘢可以做到。我哋每人2張信就可以推動澳洲嘅人權制裁法案。
Ladies and gentlemen, we are far away from Hong Kong, but that doesn't mean that there's nothing we can do. We implore you to help us out with our petition and letter, and stand together with the freedom fighters in Hong Kong.
Communist China!
Why are you picking on all the century?
希望國際社會可以好似美國咁樣，客觀嚟審視中國嘅帝國式主義，同埋認知佢哋嘅威脅。可能有啲國家未感受到威脅，但唔代表威脅唔喺度。冇錯，前面嘅路非常之艱難，但係為咗過去嘅意思，而家以及未來嘅香港人，我哋唔可以放棄。我相信榮光一定會歸於香港。多謝。
香港，時代革命！香港，時代革命！香港，時代革命！
Guys, demand! Hope that the international community can be like US, objectively review the imperialistic threat that is coming from China. You may not have tasted its sting yet, but those of us who are stuck next to China expansion border may soon be no more. Hong Kong now faces ethnic and cultural challenge from the north. We know when such challenge turns in the humanitarian kind. International aid must come and comes quickly, as we're running out of time.
集會而家已經接近尾聲啦，我哋想同大家喺呢度講，香港嘅打工仔實在受大財團嘅好大壓迫，好多各行各業嘅從業員亦都受到白色恐怖嘅威脅。曾任匯豐銀行客戶服務主任嘅梁禮邦，因為設街站招募業界人士籌辦工會， 而遭到匯豐嘅報復，向外判公司施壓，令到梁先生遭到解僱。我哋香港人一定要撐翻我哋香港人嘅打工仔。我哋收到香港嘅一個要求，就係希望我哋可以對香港嘅打工仔表示支持。我希望大家可以拎起手上面嘅橫額，去同大家影一張大合照，為香港嘅打工仔出一分力打氣，抵抗白色恐怖。我哋而家將會派發嗰啲橫額。
I want to tell you all here, Hong Kongers are suffering right terror. They might lose their job only because sharing protester photo on Facebook or other social media. Even saying 香港人加油, keep fighting Hong Kongers. Nathan Leung, a customer service staff from HSBC Bank, he proposed setting up a trade union of HSBC and recruiting members publicly. He was fired by his employer. HSBC contractor company. We suspected HSBC pressured the company to dismiss Mr. Leung. We have just received a request from Hong Kong that hope we can show our support to Hong Kong's workers who fight for democracy and their basic right. So now we will distribute some sign for us to take photo and send back to Hong Kong for our support.
香港人加油！我哋一齊影翻張大合照，我哋要 support 翻香港人。OK， 我哋一齊大口號：香港人加油！香港人加油！光復香港！時代革命！五大訴求！決定不可！齊上齊落！齊上齊落！五大訴求！決定不可！五大訴求！決定不可！香港人加油！香港人加油！ Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong! Free China! Free China! Free China! Free China! Free Ringa! Free Ringa! Free Tibet! Free Tibet! 影相冇計啊！唔好講話，唔好話橫額唔見咗啊嘛！我哋可以見我哋上我哋嘅。
OK， 咁我哋而家影張相之後，我哋就唱翻《願榮光歸香港》作為集會嘅完結。好嚟，音樂，嚟。
土地淚再流，何以令眾人極憤恨？入得來，大家要實力壓倒啲。大家可以拎起個手機，就咁樣登落去。
英文版，等我哋嘅澳洲朋友都可以聽到。後邊啊！後面有個字。我哋都見到我哋嘅年青人，我哋嘅前線抗爭者去到街頭，係受呢個催淚彈放題。我哋而家都有一個放題，我哋都需要發泄。而家我哋開始嚟一首《肥媽有話言》。我哋個框架裏面簽翻一個網上連署，希望呢個澳洲國會咧可以提交可以 propose 嗰個制裁法案嘅。 咁我哋會繼續有歌曲嘅全放題嘅。
要聽咩？
要聽咩？我哋有一首歌嚟緊。我哋就有一隻仔跌落水啦，不如。
I'm originally from Russia, and maybe we are not the freest country in the world, so we defeat communism, and I think you can as well. We are the least democratic country in the world, you know? And I hope the same for Hong Kong, and they stay away from you. You know, in Kazakhstan,
你今日有冇去？收拉皮。嚇？咁你啊？收收這個睇下先。你會 cut 翻個肥花出嚟。拍照，當香港之旗。
見我哋知唔知邊？咁啊唔得，整嗰啲大陸人。我都咁香，點可以俾咁嘅污染佢啊？唔得。睇到佢送我踩隻，得踩完。踩。Let's go！
準備。